We're on live.
Hello and happy National Best Friend Day.
Oh, it's Best Friend Day. I can do a show with my best friend.
Hello, how are you? I hope you guys are all doing great.
Fantastic.
And ready to
my shirt
chat.
A little bit too close. There we go.
What? No. See if you. But if then I look huge next.
You're tall.
So are you.
You're the star. You're supposed to be close. I am Ed McMahon, Johnny Carson.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Hello. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're ready to chat. When we were watching the new intro, it was really cool to see everybody talking about where they are watching from. It's still amazing to me how we have people from everywhere that watch our silly show for over 2 years now. So thank you so much for that.
Hey, there's Marianne.
Hey, Marianne.
She's coming to the meetup in October.
Oh, yes. We had a lot of people ask about the meetup because of everything that's been going on. If the meetup is still going to be happening in October, and that is still a plan.
It's as of right now.
With the way this year has been going, though, I mean, I'm just gonna knock on something and say we're still aiming for October 24th and 25th. Okay, so we don't have a ton of news to talk about this week, but
there's a lot going on.
There's not a lot going on. We're gonna talk about a little bit. If you guys have questions, be sure to go ahead and type them because Scott can watch from his computer and pull them up.
And if I miss it, I'm sorry. They're flying past me pretty quickly. So.
Yeah, they're going pretty quickly. So, do we have to do your little intro?
Hello, welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 87. Yes, 87 for June 8th, 2020.
87? I thought we were over that.
No, last week was 86. I looked.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says up in the corner right there.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why I thought we were past that.
No, 87.
Oh, it feels like so much longer.
Seems like 187.
Maybe for some of you it feels really long. But we thank you.
7.
But we thank you. Yeah, Scott is not having the best day.
Best 2 months.
Or the best 2 months. But I told him that the show must go on
Since
tonight.
April 11th, everything's gone down.
Why April 11th?
That was the day we started selling masks.
Oh. It has to get better, right? It has to get better. Okay. All right. So let's talk news first, and then we'll talk about silly things. And again, if you have any questions, please put them up there.
I will try to put them up for you.
Scott, put them up there for you. I see a lot of our regulars, and I see some new people. Oh, thank you so much. This is lazy hair. Just put it in a braid because I didn't feel like doing it. But thank you.
I did mine up.
He did all his.
I did mine up. I wanted to make it look good.
So it's been one of those days. You guys had sidebar before we get into news. You guys have been there's days like that. What? Oh, see, people. Not everybody sends you hate messages. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a weird shift or something going on right now, and I don't know if it's because the news and.
The hair.
It's the hair.
It is.
Everything that's going on. I only slept 2 hours last night. Everything is still very wonky. You get up in the morning and
it's like Ava's eye.
Yeah, it's like her dog's eye. That it's always like you wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, now what today? Hate that feeling.
Where am I going to sit for the first half of the day? And then where am I going to sit for the second half of the day?
That's really not what I meant, by the way. But no, like news-wise. And then, we're all kind of sitting on pins and needles somewhat to figure out what is going to happen with Disney. There's so many questions that people have that we simply don't have the answers to as of yet. Connor, thank you so much. Connor Meredith, thank you. See, this is why we do these shows.
That's it.
He even said, like, we don't have a lot of stuff to talk about, but hey, we're going to do it anyway. So everything is just so, so up in the air. So let's talk about what we do know. All right. So
Disney's not opening forever.
That is not true.
Okay.
Okay. So today, actually, no, it was yesterday. So I'm going to have him talk about this a little bit because I don't really know fully. And if I am wrong, you feel free to tell me that I'm wrong.
Because I don't know what she's talking about, and I probably don't know fully either, but we'll try.
But you go ahead and jump in and tell me if I'm wrong, because that's totally fine. We're all friends here, so.
Chuck, take it away.
Okay, so there was cancellations for resorts that had come out, which is confusing to me, and we're going to work through it together. Maybe we can figure it out together. So they're saying that select DVC resorts are going to be open on the 22nd of the month. However, guests are also getting cancellation emails for, past the 22nd. Like, for example, Corey and Lucretia, who work with us and who are our dear friends,
their reservation wasn't canceled.
No.
They were staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge for 4th of July. And Corey had actually reached out, I guess, the week before to cancel, and Disney told him, nope, can't cancel this week, call back next week. And then the email came out on Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
I thought it was Saturday when he told me about that. And he, so he was going to call Disney. He was on hold forever. He kept messaging me and going,
because it was in the evening, wasn't it?
Oh, Becky's here. She can help us.
Oh, good. Becky's here. Yes. Because Becky told me to, we made sure we had the updated info. I'm glad she's here. Yes. And so Becky, if we say something wrong, please, by all means, correct
us.
Yeah. So, because he's talking about, like, Corey contacted him the evening that information had come out. Right. And so we're just kind of working through it together. So anyway, Corey said what now?
So Corey, he was on hold, and from the way he took what it said and the way I was relayed it, because I heard Michelle telling me a little bit, Corey telling me a little bit, and I didn't have time to read the article when it came out. Corey had said something about he believed that they were basically upgrading you to another resort. And that's all it said. So when he called, he was on hold for a while. He finally got hold of somebody, and he's like, well, can I change my reservation? Can I be upgraded or cancel or whatever? And they were going to upgrade him, but there was an $800 charge that he was getting with no pass holder discount, which he was kind of bummed about. So I think he ended up just canceling his reservation completely. I'm not sure. I told him that if he had any questions to reach out to Becky, because
I tagged Corey in Becky's post. Right. Right now, so Corey and his family were coming in for 4th of July, but as you know, parks are not going to be open. There is no 4th of July fireworks, the 360 fireworks.
I'm going to do sparklers out in front of our house.
So if you're coming in for the 4th, it's just for hotel, it's a stay at Disney, but you're limited as far as what you can do if you're going to be here during that time.
And I read something about in order to go to the resort you have to have a reservation or staying at the resort. So you just can't even go to the resorts go to a quick service like you had mentioned the other day. I think it said somebody you had to have a reservation even for something like that to get
so you can't, like, on a normal day before the world fell apart, a normal day, we could go to Contemporary and go walk up to the Contempo Cafe.
And is that not? I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I read. I read another story that had said something about that, that you had to have either a reservation for dining or a day reservation at the hotel to be able to go there. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that's 100% true. Becky would definitely be the person that knows. I know she's probably typing it up now to post out there eventually.
Okay, Leslie said that is true.
Oh.
So either staying at a resort.
I knew I paid attention. Sparklers at the end was yes. See? Everybody comes out. And I will not charge you $100 to get in our yard. I'm gonna light the fireworks over our castle.
our castle. So it's confusing for a lot of people because instead of putting everything out all at once, because then we know the parks, the Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom open on the 11th of July, 15th of July for Epcot and Studios, but the resorts open sooner. Okay, so what'd she say? It's our understanding you booked July 22nd to July 4th and you elected to keep your reservation. They would move you to an open resort at no charge. A lot of people were given incorrect info that it would be a fee.
Wow, yeah, Corey told me they told him $800 to move. Wow. And that's why he canceled it.
Okay, Becky, that is really good to know because a lot of people who would think that it's going to cost them extra would cancel because, like, for him, you said it was what, $800?
Yeah, he was told $800 to change for whatever it was he had told them about, and he actually ended up canceling it. And he's actually thinking about going to Margaritaville Resort locally,
which is up the street from Disney.
Yeah, because they still wanted to come to the area. It's his wife's birthday at that time. That's why they were coming to town. So I'm not sure exactly what they did, but I'm pretty sure he canceled it because he told me canceling it.
Yeah, I thought you said he was going to cancel.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's on. I haven't seen him yet pop in there.
So that is really interesting. Okay, so here's a question for you, Becky. You see that? So Becky, is it true? Okay. Booked a value and I can't afford to move to a DVC. Oh, so if that's the case, yes.
Yeah.
That you should be able to move to another resort. Because see,
I forgot to say welcome home. Welcome home, everybody. For Shane.
You know what? And he forgot to say it.
Sorry,
so thank you for the reminder.
You better be here every week.
So this reminds me sort of like not the same thing, but remember we had talked on the show not that long ago about when we stayed, we were staying at a value resort and he got an email. This is years ago. And they offered to move us to a DVC resort so they could fill in the cheaper rooms. But anyway, they moved us to a better resort at no extra cost.
Right. In 2009, we had paid for our vacation. We were still living in Michigan. We paid for our vacation in advance. We were going to stay at, was it Pop Century? Pop Century. We had gotten an email that Disney was offering an upgrade. So I called the number at first. I was like, what's this all about? I called them. They ended up upgrading us to Old Key West with no additional charge. Yeah. And I was still hemming and hawing about it. And the girl goes, what if we throw free dining in on top of that? So we had free dining, Old Key West.
Bribe us with food.
And we had already paid for our vacation at Pop Century, and our tickets and everything was like, it was less than $1,300 in 11
It was
years
the
ago.
cheapest Disney vacation ever.
So we paid that, but we got free dining. We had the better resort. It was great.
But that's what it reminds me of a little bit. And Corey is on now.
Oh, Corey, hey.
So we were just talking about you.
We were just talking about you. Becky said you were giving wrong information.
Becky said you might have gotten wrong information, Corey.
They should have put you in the presidential suite at the
presidential
or
suite.
the Grand Floridian
with free Dole Whips and
no advance, no more charging for that on you. So you Disney lied to you. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
They just didn't want you there. That could have been it. I mean, he causes a lot of problems when he goes to these places.
Does not.
He parties.
He does
he crashes the room.
He does not.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And he blames his kids.
Shut up. Okay.
Not
so see, he doesn't know. So I mean, those are.
Oh, Becky's checking in.
Okay. All right. So if you have additional questions, again, Becky is our travel sponsor at MEI Mouse Fan Travel, which I'm still not good here. Yeah, and her banners are all over our site. Like you cannot read a blog and not see Becky's link.
And I'd like to apologize. I really didn't mean Corey blaming the kids. He actually blames his wife, saying that she trashed it. And I don't know how she puts up with him.
You know what?
I feel so bad.
His wife is a saint.
She is. Now I can't believe he badmouths her when he says she trashes.
You're such a jerk. Ignore him. He's been in a bad mood today, so just you have to kind of like ignore all of that.
I'm in a bad mood.
What?
I don't blame you for our rooms with their trash. So.
Whatever. Okay, whatever. So, and then, okay, so today came out with cruise ship cancellations. Corey's.
Let's see.
She is. So there was some cruise ship cancellations today. We just put that information out. So if you click on our site, it'll be the first blog that you're going to see is about the cruise dates that were canceled.
That's the funniest thing ever.
I like how he can choose what comments go up there, and they're all pro him. Why is that? Oh, don't encourage him. For real, like don't. So
okay, I'll put up one about you.
I give up. I quit. Lorraine, we just had this discussion last week. You're supposed to be team me. Okay, so other resorts. And I saw somebody else had a question about face masks. I see Liz said, don't ruin it, Scott. Hashtag ruined it. You ruined
Whatever.
it. So face mask and face shields.
We say sell at Sam's Club for $4.
Yeah, we saw face shields for $4.99 at Sam's Club yesterday. They almost look like those welding masks.
People were grabbing like boxes of them, piling up the boxes of them.
Yeah.
I think there was 4 in a box.
Yes, it was a really good deal. But so here's the thing. There is okay, so let me rewind. Okay, so this afternoon, one of my friends had messaged me, and she asked me to do some digging. She said, I forgot to tell you this.
I see that.
Well, we haven't really talked all day. He's been busy.
I was working today.
So she had asked me a question because apparently, I'm going to use Paula's word again, there's some hullabaloo going on about face masks, face shields, and those, I don't know what they're called. Someone help me. They look like you're going skiing, but you're not going skiing. It's like that cover up that like goes to here, and then it's like a scarf thingy. Yeah. What else called?
I don't know, but Brian makes them. I don't know what they're called though. They're just like a face scarf or something.
There's a word for them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Because I saw them.
I've seen them decorated like Iron Man's bottom of his face and stuff.
Yeah, but you guys know what I mean? It looks like you're going kind of, it's very serious.
It's like that infinity scarf you wear, but it's all cloth and you can pull it up.
It's like an infinity scarf. It is not like an infinity scarf. Those are fashionable. These are not fashionable.
They're fashionable.
It's just like a gator. Okay. So Jamie said it's a gator? Oh, they're coming up with names. What did you say, Liz? Baklava? Isn't that a dessert?
I love baklava.
So you can wear baklava on your face? Right.
Neck gaiters.
Bandanas, neck gator. Gators. All right. We're going to go gators and not
baklava.
Chomping
your face.
They chomp your face.
You know, and sells them on the street. Drive by.
Okay, whatever. So yes, those things. There again, there's some scuttlebutt, hullabaloo, whatever you want to call it, going on about said thingies today.
Can't say scuttlebutt.
I can't?
I don't know.
Why, because I said butt?
The FCC's not watching us. We can do everything.
So what did Liz say? I didn't say baklava. From this angle, you said baklava. So I am going to, somebody's saying that they changed it. Now, when they first opened Disney Springs, they had people wearing bandanas. They had people wearing the gaiters, the baklava, as Liz said. They had the paper masks. And
Liz, next time you come over, you better bring some baklava.
He likes baklava. I'm not a fan. I do like that baklava cheesecake you got at the Greek place.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
All right. Anyway, so
always goes to food, no matter what we're talking about.
Okay, Mel said she'd put baklava all over her face. See, these are great ideas. I hope somebody's listening.
And that's thick, so baklava, there's no virus could get through a piece of baklava.
So you can either put gators or baklava on your face.
That's right.
So anyhow. So the question is,
it was balaclava, not baklava. Kyle
Smoot. Okay, potato, little Smoot, whatever.
He's taller than she is, but he's little Smoot.
I always call him Little Smoot because he's younger than me, and he's got an older brother who's bigger Smoot. Never mind. So anyway,
he's shorter than us.
This is a hot mess. If you are new,
team food.
This is what we do.
Loren's dog's gonna lick you.
We can't stay on topic very often.
Back to the baklava. I mean the face masks. Go.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Face masks.
Okay.
Baklava.
Okay. Cheesecake. Anyway,
everyone's taller than Michelle. Wow.
No, I'm tall.
She's actually tall.
I'm really tall for a girl, as my boys say. What, I'm 5'9"?
5'9".
Tall. All right, anyway.
I stand above
Baklava and gators. Let's talk.
Go.
Okay, so people are saying that they changed that whole thing, that it has to be a face mask that covers your it has to be over the bridge of your nose and over your ears. So those other things would not apply.
Why
because
are you reporting on that? Our masks don't do that.
No. No. Yes, our masks are what they want.
Ours don't cover the ears.
No. Behind your ears.
Oh, the elastic goes
something to
behind
hold
your ears.
on your face.
Oh, okay.
Yes, something to hold on your face. So I guess this is all speculation. All speculation. Do not quote me on any of this. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing.
She's spreading rumor.
It has to have stuff around your ears. Like the stuff that we sell, it has stuff over the ears.
And over your nose.
And over your nose. But now they're saying that these other kind of masks, or even like a bandana, like some people look like the Old West, type of Halloween costumes.
That's how we look when
yeah, like bandanas. They're saying that that kind of stuff, that they're being a little bit more particular, and it has to be a face mask with loops and something over your nose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to my contact over at the Springs and see if I can find out. And if I can't find out, then maybe what I'll do is the next time we go to the Springs,
wear the opposite, see if you get in trouble.
No. Go to guest services and ask, or ask a cast member and see if they know, because I guess this is a big deal today, from what I hear. Hasn't been a big deal in our group though.
No, like Leslie said. Oh, wait, there we go. Fully cover an individual's nose and mouth and allow the guest to remain hands-free, fit snugly but comfortably against the side of the face. Be secured with ties or earlobes. Be made of breathable material, either disposable or reusable. So that's why the disposable blue ones they hand out at the Springs, if you don't have one, will work. Right?
What?
The ones that they give out for free. The ones at the Springs, the disposable ones work. Or like ones
like
ours
the
they just want you to be hands-free. They don't want you to, like those
They
shield
don't want
masks,
you to be holding it up over your face.
Well, in the shield masks, they hook around like a hat. They're not actually hooked to your ears or anything like that. So I think they don't want you doing that, maybe.
Okay. Well, okay. So
I'll get rid of.
I don't know. I know that from what I hear, they are enforcing that.
There's the official requirement.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All face coverings should fully cover individual's nose and mouth and allow guests to remain hands-free, fit snugly, comfortably against the side of the face, be secured with ties or ear loops, breathable material, disposable, reusable. Okay.
That's the rule.
So would that, I don't have one of those thingies, so I don't know how those work. Is it like just something you pull up?
No, you do have those. What you have will work.
No, I'm talking about the ones that everybody's fussing about.
Oh, the gaiters?
Yes.
They work like a scarf that's like an infinity. It's just a thing you put
over your head.
You can
and then pull it up.
And I think they fit snug when you pull it up, that they're loose. Oh. So they're loose around your neck, but when you pull it up to your face, it kind of becomes snug fitting.
Okay.
Because I think you're right that skiers and people up north wear them in the wintertime to protect their neck.
Because that's what they look like to me. They look like something that you wear in the cold weather.
Yeah, I think that's so people like in the north where it's cold all year round, they wear those.
Okay, maybe so. All right, so there's that. So right now, I guess it is masks, but we can find out for you. I can ask next time I go to the Springs just to make sure, because I know some people are still wearing the gaiters and they find them to be more comfortable because they feel they can breathe better in them. So I guess it really just depends on your preferences, Yeah,
what works better for you. I know we had some of the neoprene style masks at first. They were horrible.
Yeah, the ones with that we have now, it's like a metal bridge that go over your nose so that you can actually, it doesn't block your nostrils, because some of them, like I had like these other ones that when you would breathe, like I could feel the material like going up my nose. Like
how'd it go?
Like you start breathing and the material is like sucking up your nostrils. Or if you go to talk,
and then she sneezes and the material goes right
then it like sucks in your mouth. So you have to like figure out how to make them comfortable.
Well, you figure out what works best for you, as long as you're staying within the rules of what they put out in the statement.
Stay within those rules. Okay, speaking of rules, we're gonna switch parks for a minute.
Which park we switching to?
We're gonna go over to Universal for just a second, then we're gonna come back to the Springs.
It's a long drive to go there and come back. But okay.
So Melissa Grove is on here because I saw her. At least she was, unless she abandoned ship.
No, she was here just a few minutes ago. She was talking about baklava in the face.
Okay. So Universal Orlando is open, and last week they started their annual pass holder previews. And I know some people that went over. Melissa, that works with us, she went over there. Okay, she's here. Mel, if I say something wrong, feel free to correct. And then our friend Hattie Perez, she went over there. So they have the same rules, basically, I believe, is what Disney is going to have and what they have for the Springs, as far as distancing, as far as face masks. They had, you could see like the stickers on the ground to where they tell people to stop.
Right.
Like you have to stop here, whatever.
If you're in line for someplace.
Virtual queue for rides, and I believe also for restaurants.
Okay.
Because John went over, and remember he called me from the car, and he was like,
Belly acre after 47 minutes.
He's not on, so I guess we can tease him.
I'll tease him if he is on.
He didn't like the fact that he said it was going to take 70 minutes for him to get his food. So
it takes him that long to eat his food.
No, he said there was a virtual queue at the what is it? You know that cafe is like the NBC cafe that when you walk in, it's right there
before you get into the park. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, you're talking about the Good Day or the inside the park, NBC, Good Morning America, or whatever. No,
yeah,
not America.
It's got orange. It's got orange writing on it.
Yeah, Today Show, NBC Today Show Cafe or whatever it is. Right there when you walk in. It used to be a cheesecake place.
It used to be the cheesecake place.
Yes.
See, we're talking about food again.
We always come back to food.
Oh, the cheesecake place.
360 baklava cheesecake, Greek place, little Greek, really good. Give it a shot.
Okay, so
that was an unpaid endorsement. We're
not getting paid for nothing here.
I'm gonna send them a bill.
The opinions and things we recommend are totally our own, and we apparently like cheesecake. Okay, Today's Cafe. Thank you.
There we go.
All right, so they had the virtual queue for food and for rides. And from what it looked like, and from what I heard from people other than John, that Universal did a very good job as far as keeping people happy. Yeah, I am. I'm like really eager to get back to work too. So the general consensus has been that Universal is doing well.
And of course, they were going to have some bumps, hiccups along the way. Who wouldn't? To think they didn't have hiccups just going there. I mean, I'm sure Disney is going to have hiccups when they open again and get through all this stuff. It's just we have to work through the hiccups. We don't sit there and blast them for the hiccups. We work through it. We see how they fix it. And we move on. It's something that nobody has ever dealt with.
That's what I was just going to say.
And we have to take our time to do it right. Because if we rush to make quick fixes or quick judgment, then it might break something else. So if you're going to the parks, just bear with the people. Let them do what they plan to do. See how it works. And we will all get along better.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine.
But anyway, so far so good as far as Universal goes from what I heard. Unless you go with John because he was not happy.
Hey, Jimmy's coming to town.
Hey, Jimmy Horn.
Jimmy's taking us to dinner tomorrow night. Maybe we'll go live when we're at dinner with Jimmy tomorrow when he's buying us dinner tomorrow on Tuesday. See you then,
Ignore him. So anyhow, so my whole point was that Universal, it's going well so far. Is that going to be an indicator of Disney? I kind of felt like, and this is totally, again, just my opinion, like Universal is almost like the guinea pig as far as like how, again, because nobody has ever had to deal with such a thing as far as like distancing in this pandemic and all these things. And, nobody ever would have thought in your like wildest dreams that Disney would close for this long a period of time. Yes, you have to go with an open mind and accept what it is.
Oops.
Oh, wait, Vanessa has something about Universal.
Oh, let me get down there.
Oh, good. So Vanessa gives it thumbs up again. So this is good news. I think a lot of it is
Melissa,
going to be...
in regards to Universal.
Yes. Okay. So that's another thing that Universal had to deal with, and so we went to the Springs. Let's go back. Let's go back to Disney. We went to the Springs on Saturday to meet with some friends, and we had lunch. Well, late lunch at.
Jim's buying drinks at City Walk. Anybody who wants to go? He's taking everybody. Everybody, come on. City Walk tomorrow.
Stop.
Find Jimmy Horn.
You keep interrupting me.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get the information out.
They keep commenting.
So anyway, we went to Disney Springs, and there was really, really bad weather that came through our area Saturday afternoon. Tornado warnings and high winds and rain. We got stuck under the umbrella by Ghirardelli,
where they have the little patio area where you can sit.
And it was like, I was telling him, like those water parks, they have those big buckets that fill up with water and they dump.
The Mad Hatter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like somebody dumping water. It was that much rain. So yeah, we had really bad weather here over the weekend, and still everything ran smoothly. So that's all good. And as far as Disney Springs goes, we went to have lunch with friends, and we went to T-Rex, which was one of not everything is open yet, but T-Rex is open, but it's so strange. So follow me here for a second. It is like World of Disney. They did have kind of like a virtual queue on and off. T-Rex had a wait, but we had a reservation, but it's not busy, if that makes sense. Like their capacity, to me, just my opinion, is low. I mean, like there was like, you know how usually on a regular Saturday at Disney Springs, you walk through World of Disney and you're bumping people because it's so crowded. They weren't letting any more in. We got in like where they kind of cut it off, and it was not crowded in there.
No, I think they're running at like 25% capacity. We were at T-Rex, and they don't put anybody on either side of your dining table. Just because they don't want to put people that close to each other, which is understandable. They can't right now. So the capacity is cut down. I mean, if you figure normally it's packed, well, now out of every 4 tables, 3 of them are going to be empty.
Yeah.
At 25%. Now I think they did raise it to 50%. Well, at least the state did. I don't know if Disney.
But even so, so Florida raised the capacity level on Friday. So I thought that the Springs would be busier. I thought the stores would be more crowded. I thought the restaurants would be more crowded, and that really wasn't the case. Mm-hmm. And I know that just because they up the capacity doesn't mean that you have to do that. It's up to the establishment of what they're going to do.
They're allowed to up the capacity if they choose to. But again, it's up to the restaurant or the merchandise store to decide what they want to do. And a lot of them too, I think that's why a lot of them probably aren't open yet, because it's not enough capacity to sustain what it costs to open their doors.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that for a second. So T-Rex had paper menus instead of the regular menus that they usually have, like, that's got the
It's a flip menu. They had a lot. This was a very limited
menu. They did not have all the stuff that they usually have. The drink menu was almost full, but like
we have all the drinks. We don't have the food.
Priorities. And they only had like a couple of sandwiches, a couple of main dishes, like one kind of soup instead of like the usual. Very limited menu. It was just a piece of paper and
one side was all drinks, one side was all food.
Yes. And so less people, less menu. Food was good. And I was talking to the server. I kind of had my reporter hat on because I was asking questions because I wanted to know. And I said, so how's it been, since you opened? And he said that their normal busy day is like nowhere near what it is now. He said they kind of like they barely break even on certain days.
Wednesday would be more stores opening for Lorraine.
Oh, okay. So, you need to go to the Marvel store.
I'll be there when I have to have Wednesday off there, Stacy. Sorry.
So anyway, so the businesses at the Springs are still feeling the pinch, just like small businesses and other anywhere. But yeah, he said that it's very strange because they're just not getting the traffic that they used to. And they're hoping that once the parks open, that it's going to be better. But right now, I personally thought that the Springs would be busy because at least it's some sort of Disney,
I think the reason they're not busier is because the new merchandise hasn't arrived really yet. I mean,
there's not a lot of new merchandise.
So there's not a lot of new merchandise to get people out there. I think when it first opened, people want to come, they want to see what it was, they want to see if there was anything new, things like that. But when you're talking about shopping, a lot of people are going there to get whatever's new. If you're not here on vacation, I mean, because you got to remember, a lot of that traffic there is locals.
True.
Who can go anytime. And I think once more stores open, once they start getting new shipments in, once the new merchandise starts hitting, once more restaurants open, I think it will start to pick up. I think right now it's still in that, like I told you the other day, I walked around there and I really had I wouldn't go there. If we weren't meeting friends, I wouldn't have gone to the Springs. Because to me, there wasn't enough there to make it worth my trip. Well, no, it's just there wasn't enough for me to go there. Why would I go if I'm not gonna? Why not? If they have capacity limits, let somebody go who's actually wants to go and check it out. Why should somebody?
Except when they open the Marvel store.
Then I'm there. Get out of my way! I will knock you over.
He's waiting for that. So somebody like myself, him and I do not agree on a lot of things.
Go figure.
We're very opposite. If you hadn't gathered, but so what I am. I will take any Disney. That's me. Like walking around the Springs and hearing the Disney music play overhead and just walking through the stores, just being there is good enough for me. Now he wants to see all the stuff. No, new merchandise only released on Shop Disney for the near future. See, now that creates havoc because then people message me wanting to know why they can't get on Shop Disney and get that flipping mini collection that's out every month.
Because they're not load testing their servers enough and they need to up the server. Sorry, that was my nerd cap I put on for a minute there.
Now why are we having issues?
They're just not load. They're putting too much on their server. They need to expand their servers and make them stronger to be able to hold the load capacity. When I worked at CompuWare in Detroit for all those years, that was one of my jobs. Is we did a test called QA load, and we would test web servers, and that's what we did them with 10, 20,000, 200,000 hits to see if it would crash a website. That's what we did, and that's our problem.
Okay, so because the biggest issue, like I think we talked about this last week or the week before, I'm not sure. They're the mini line that's out every month. That is the biggest headache for people because they want to get a piece of that collection, and then when people try to get online, or I've heard the feedback, people saying like they'll put the stuff in the cart. And then when they go to check out, it says not available. So a lot of the things that people are really like the hot ticket items that people are having just a lot of trouble getting them.
And I think that's part of the reason they don't increase the servers is because if you put another 10,000 people in there, then it's really limited. It should not allow you to add it to a cart without it taking it out of their inventory temporarily, so you can check out. So to give people false hope, I got it. You go to the I didn't.
You know how many people I'm afraid to post about that collection when it comes out during, so I think it's the third Sunday in the month, because I know that if I even bring it up, it is like, people get so upset because they just want something. They want something from the collection, and they were supposed to have it at World of Disney because the first 2 months they did, but now I don't know if it's going to change. Because
like Becky just said, it's supposed to be released on Shop Disney. New things first there, and then whatever's left over, which makes sense because if you put the majority of stuff in the store and you're not letting the majority of people into the store,
it's kind of
here we go. We got enough merchandise for 100% capacity, but we're only letting 25% in.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be different when the park's open. Because the last set that I actually got to see in person was the pirate set in February, because everything closed mid-March. It wasn't the other set wasn't out yet.
It was getting ready to come out. I think
it was getting ready to come out. And by the end of that day, all that was left was some mugs and some pins. But that was at Magic Kingdom. You could still go to the park and find something, or if you were really,
the plushes were really easy.
Yeah, the plushes were easy to find. The ears, not so much. The lounge fly. So, but my whole point is that you could go around property and go to the different stores, maybe Mouse Gear, maybe, go to the Emporium, whatever,
Right.
and try to find that stuff if you really, really wanted it. But now it seems like the only way you can get it is Shop Disney.
See, I'll be curious what happens too, because anybody's a Funko collector. There's another wave of Haunted Mansion getting released.
There are Haunted Mansion Funkos.
And the Organist Pop is Disney Parks exclusive.
Yeah.
So it just makes me wonder. That's coming out in August. I talked to Funko this week to find out when, and they're saying early to mid-August. The pops that'll be in stores are going to be in early August. But the Disney Parks one is coming in August, and I'm just curious how that's going to work.
But don't they sell it at the pin trading store?
Pin trading store will have it, and then I believe it'll be just like when Madame Leota's pop was released. You'll find it at certain places in the parks. The parks will be open, but you'll need a reservation to get in the parks. So I don't know how that's all going to work.
I don't know either.
And the pin trading store has they have a problem when they do a release there, because they don't have enough space to do the release.
It's a small place.
When they released the first Ezra Doombuggy one, it was crazy down there.
Well, they had a line that went all the way around, like halfway around the place, like around the train area and all that. And then when they had the 50th anniversary Haunted Mansion stuff last summer at Magic Kingdom, like Memento Mori is a really small store, and there was a line that went outside because there was the Funko there, and then there was different anniversary stuff, but that line went all the way around the building, all the way through the tangled restrooms and like out the back. And there's just no guarantee. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen as far as like, there's a lot of, merchandise coming out.
Yeah. Randy, it's funny you said COBOL. I actually use the mainframe. I worked in mainframe. So assembler COBOL. I did all that for years. So it's just funny that he said that, because not a lot of people know what the language is. So I'm an old mainframer.
You're old something.
I'm old something. But I guess we'll see. The only merchandise I care about is when they release the Funkos. To me, that's the biggest thing. And that's why I reached out to my reps at Funko to see what was going on, just so I could get the inside scoop.
Get the scoop. I'm wondering about like there's all that new Loungefly, the new Loungefly backpacks that are coming out too.
Which is Funko also, which we should reach out to our rep.
Yeah. So because I talked to I'm a brand rep for Loungefly. So I have a lady, I have a person who, will tell me what's coming and send me stuff or whatever. And I do know for a fact that my person at Loungefly told me that there is Halloween Loungefly coming, more Nightmare Before Christmas. Yep. Do you remember last year there was the pumpkin Loungefly, and then that was really cute. And then there was another one. I forget what it was. There was two out. Oh, it was the candy corn. It was the glitter candy corn.
Sequin.
Yes. So the mini backpacks, they're going to have new stuff out for Halloween. Right. So that's a good thing. For 35 wow. Okay.
And then she also teased us about that there's going to be that Loungefly coming out that is going to be a Loungefly backpack or purse with a pop. Something they're combining.
What?
Yeah,
why do I not know
she told
this?
me that. You did. She told us about it when we were on the conference call with her, that they're actually going to combine the two, which we said was perfect, because then you get the bag or the purse, and I get the pop.
Why don't I remember that conversation?
I remembered it because it meant a pop.
I would have remembered if I was going to get a Loungefly.
I'm at 521.
I don't know.
Wait,
Jacqueline's. All right. We need a Hocus Pocus one. Yes, we do.
I'm going to make one.
I love Hocus Pocus. Have I ever told you guys that? I love
That's where we want to go. We want to go to Salem and do all their stuff.
So August 1st. Yeah, exactly. And just like we told you last week, we still don't know what's going on with the Halloween party.
I know somebody asked about Christmas, and we have no ideas yet. They haven't made any announcements. We don't want to speculate. We'll just wait and see what they say.
Wait and see what Disney says. I'm hoping for the best.
So for our news that we're going to just do a little bit about 7:43.
Crap. Okay, let's.
She wanted to do a little bit of news and more fun stuff. We did 43 minutes of news. And
how do these things happen?
Baklava, cheesecake.
Sidebars. And they always go back to food.
Hey, you met Kathy and Jimmy.
Huh?
Kyle, you met
Little
Kathy.
Smoot. Yes, I did meet Kathy and Jimmy.
And we gave her one of your Hocus Pocus dresses.
And I gave her a Hocus Pocus dress. That's really, really cool that you remembered that.
Laser snooze.
And I got to interview Jay and Ice from Hocus Pocus last year. We're Facebook friends now. It's just...
I'm trying to get them to come here to do an event.
Oh, look at Salem. We got Salem in the house.
Salem in the house.
That is on my, you guys, sidebar. I love Hocus Pocus. Salem is on my to-do list because they have a Hocus Pocus tour that I would be all over. Okay, but parties are still in the month. Okay, but as soon as we hear about the parties, we will put it out as fast as possible. Location basis of brand Disney logo. Okay, I'm really waiting for the Disney outlets too, because I'm a firm believer that they're going to have some good stuff from Flower and Garden.
We actually were at the co-op over the weekend. We were at the Springs, and they did have the Flower and Garden Doonies.
They did have a few Flower and Garden Doonies at the co-op. But
and the dress, didn't they? The
dress was easy to find. It was the purses. Yeah. So I don't know when the outlets open if they're going to have stuff left over from Flower and Garden. I would think that they would. I would
think they will, because everything's dated, so it's not like they can put it aside for next year.
Yeah, I do think we're going to need to have a field trip to Salem. Probably not this year because, everything's horrible. But maybe next year.
If you watched our little video intro, there is a video in there of Bora,
who's like the Witch of Salem.
He's the Witch of Salem. That we've gotten to know, and actually he's the one that Michelle actually did an interview with him and a costume designer.
And he's the one who did the virtual Hocus Pocus tour for us.
Yes. So he's agreed to take us on a tour once we go there. So a guided tour of Salem with somebody who's works for the Visitors Bureau at Salem. He's like their mascot, I guess you could say, almost.
Oh, I would love that.
And he comes to Spooky Empire every year, so we'll see him when he's here for that.
Yes. There's so many things I want to do. And it's just like all the stuff that we've planned this year, everything is kind of on hold.
It is.
But I'm going to go back to my statement that a little bit of Disney is better than none.
Right. Okay, something fun.
Okay, so before we go, being that it's National Best Friend Day, we were going to do a really quick top 5 list, and you can share yours with us as well. I am sure people will not agree with me because that's usually how it goes, but I'm going to say it anyway. So our top 5 list for today, going with a friend theme, is our top 5 either buddy films or friendships in a film. Like something that's, being that it's Best Friend Day, that's about camaraderie, which Disney is really good for that. This is an easy one.
Okay.
See, I write mine down. He doesn't write his down.
Because she didn't tell me. I was trying to get everything set up until minutes before we went live, so I didn't have time to write it down, so I got to wing it again.
It's been a day.
She doesn't tell me.
I did tell you. I told you in the bathroom.
She told me it's going to be top 5 Pixar films, and now this is what
He's a big liar.
So can it be, does it have to be like 2 of the same species friends? Or could it just be 2 best friends regardless?
Same species? What?
Could you have like a human and a dog?
Sure.
Or better for you, a human and a gecko?
That may or may not be on my list.
I'm sure it is.
You ruined it.
I'll tell you which one's not on my list.
You ruined it. Okay. Number 5. Now, it can be friends or it can be a movie. If you would have prepared for the show, you'd have... I was getting the camera, It takes 5 minutes to do this camera setup now. All right. Feel free to play along. My number 5 is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, that's a good one.
And why? Because Lilo and Stitch is a broken, like they say in the movie, Ohana means family, and they said their family was small and broken, but still good.
Aww.
I know.
That's
so it's very much about family and friends who become family, which I kind of all know all about that. Some of you are on here. So Lilo and Stitch is my number 5.
I have to pick something in the Marvel universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, as you like to call it. This one's kind of hard, though, because a lot of them don't go from movie to movie. But there is a show that will eventually debut on Disney Plus about 2 characters that when they met on screen, they were kind of like at odds a little bit. But they're going to actually be coming together for their own show. That would be. You ready for this?
Oh God.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's who I would pick because they're gonna be buddies in the show, and they're gonna be teaming up to get Zemo and all this other stuff. And so I'm gonna go with them because at first they didn't like each other. If you recall, when Captain America,
I don't recall.
Okay, but they don't really like each other. But I'm going with it. I'm going with it. Hawkeye and Black Widow is another good one.
Hawkeye and Black Widow. I'll agree with you there. That's
let her die,
that's
though.
a good friendship. Well, they were fighting over who was gonna die.
Well, he was supposed to kill her earlier on, and then he let her live, and that's how we became friends.
All right, we're not going to be done by 8 o'clock if we go too
You better
far
go faster.
into the Marvel pool. Okay, number 4, I have Aladdin and Genie. Actually, you could the whole movie, but let's go with Aladdin and Genie. And my reason is because he uses his last wish to set his friend free. And so Aladdin didn't have family. Genie obviously was in a bottle, didn't have no family. And then, Jasmine had her issues. But by the end of the movie, they were all family. So Aladdin, number 4. Plus the song, you ain't never had a friend like me. So easy peasy. Go.
R2D2 C3PO.
We're so opposite with our answer.
They're just, if you think about it, in Star Wars films, they're together in some capacity in every film. The two actors hated each other off film, but on camera they were the best of friends, and it was a good. They were perfect for one another. They were the team for everything they did. So R2 and C3PO.
Okay, I can agree with that one.
Thank you.
Okay, number 4. No, number 3. It was characters. And there's 2 sets. And of course, I'm going to be totally, what's the word? Like no shocker, typical.
Yeah,
I have to remember Tangled because it's my favorite. I love the friendship of Rapunzel and Pascal. I love how Pascal like sits behind her and like tells people to back off from her, and he's protective of her. So Rapunzel and Pascal. But I also love the friendship between Flynn and Maximus. How like they totally hated each other because it was Maximus' job to capture Flynn. And then by the end of the movie, they were all family together. So friends that became family. That's my number 3.
And if you watch the Disney Tangled series, you got to see how Rapunzel and Pascal became.
You did.
And it actually was sad. We saw that at D23.
Yeah, that was really sad on how allegedly Pascal ended up with Rapunzel.
Exactly.
It was sad. His
His
mama got killed. Because that's the Disney way. The parents always die.
They have to.
So Pascal's mama got killed by a snake, and he climbed up he was scared and he was running, and she made him run.
She was protecting
him, and he ran up the tower to Rapunzel when he was a baby.
When she was a little girl.
And she was little, and that's where that came from. Isn't that a sad story? It's so sad. Okay, go ahead.
Number 3, I'm gonna go with Mickey and Pluto.
Okay.
They were together from early on, and that's always been his best pal, and they've always been together.
Mickey has lots of pals, though.
He does, but Pluto and him go back a long ways. That's his.
I think you kind of phoned that one in. That was just
no, really, I wasn't. I thought about that one. My top 3 I've had in my head all day. Well, since you told me
all day, no.
Since 10 minutes before, I didn't write it down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write it down. Mm-hmm. I had an idea, but I didn't write anything down.
All right.
That would have been a good one.
Okay, number 2 for me, Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully.
You stole my number 2. What's your number 1?
You looked at my.
No, I really
list.
didn't. What's
yes,
number
you
1?
did. No.
Well, you already took number 2. Go on to number 1 now.
Okay, so number 2, Mike and Sully is a given. And I used to, when the boys were little, I used to call them Monsters Inc. in my blogs because I didn't want everybody to know my kids' names when they were little, but obviously Andrew and Aiden. And they were both like, Andrew was way taller than Aiden.
Aiden has one eye.
Aiden does not have one eye. But those of you that have been following me for 10 years know I used to call the boys Monsters Inc. They were my own Mike and Sully. Does anybody remember that? Anybody? Monsters Inc. My number 2.
That was mine, honestly. Same one.
No,
I had that one. Then what's your number 1? Because I want to make sure we don't match again. Because if not, I'll think of something else. Let me see it. Because if it doesn't work, I'm going to come up with something different. Son of a.
See, you should have been prepared.
I was. Those are mine. What? Who's the Pixar fan? Me or you? Me. Fine. I'll go with another one. You go ahead and you announce your choice, even though it was my choice too. You go ahead.
I think it's everybody's choice. Okay, can you guys guess what number 1 should be?
I already said toy.
Oh, you ruined it again.
You stole it from me.
I didn't steal it. He was looking at my paper.
I can't even read your writing.
Okay, so my number 1 obviously is like the biggest.
Lorraine. Lorraine's like, you don't have anything written down.
The biggest like buddy film that Disney Pixar has done. It has to be Toy Story because all of those little toys came together and of course became like best friends and family and all these wonderful things. So Toy Story is my number 1.
That was my number 1 too, but I will say an equally one up there for me would be Lightning McQueen and Mater.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
They were that's Mater's best friend. His
My
best
friend.
That's his best
Okay,
friend.
and you know what though? But if you think about these films, they all like even people like or the characters that don't start off as friends or there's conflict somehow some way, you know, people they make it to where people put their differences aside and they can become friends. Even through all those things. I mean, there's kind of a pattern when it comes to Disney. Like I just said about parents dying, but there's also finding people that are your people.
There's usually everybody has like their sidekick.
Yeah. But isn't that kind of weird? We're going to wrap up in a second. But isn't that kind of weird? Because when I'm just going to say 10 years of the Main Street Mouse, and the whole goal, my idea was to bring people together of like-minded interests. You know, and in the past 10 years, how many wonderful, and I know there's some on here, how many wonderful friendships have come?
12.
Oh, shit. Jerk. A lot of people made friends, like good friends, that they consider Ohana now because of, she took my paper.
She didn't say Toy Story. She said Figment and Dreamfinder, number 1.
He's lying.
I saw Corey said it.
But anyway, so my whole point is that Disney can bring people together and it's all good. It's a good thing. And that's what I have to say about that.
So we got to get out of here. We're going to shut it down.
Yes,
You want to? So thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you have any travel-related questions about what is going on, you can contact Becky.
Pointed the right way.
Oh, look at that. You can contact Becky, MEI Travel, Mouse Fan Travel. She will help you out, or one of her staff will be glad to help you out.
Yes,
you can find them through links on our website. There's banners all over there for them. Also, please make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at The Main Street Mouse. On Instagram, you can also follow Michelle at Michelle M. Atwood or myself at TMSM Avenger. Or on Twitter, you can follow us Main Street Mouse, and we're also there.
And on the TikTok too at the Main Street Mouse. In the TikTok.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And stay tuned if any news breaks as far as Disney anything goes.
And I just want to say, anybody who's in the Huntsville, Alabama area, next month, July 18th and 19th, we will be at the Huntsville
Pop Culture
and
Comic Expo. It's a long line.
It's in Huntsville, hsvexpo.com to learn more. I will be hosting the panel with Sean Gunn. You might know him from the Marvel Universe, Guardians. He played Kraglin. He's also the stand-in for Rocket on set. Michelle will be hosting the panel with Joey Fatone. So we will be there. So if you guys are in the Huntsville area, 17th and 18th or 18th and 19th of July, come check us out.
Yes, and we'll be live feeding, and we'll have a booth, so you can come and see us and say hey. Definitely. So, but more to come on that too. And again, any news that breaks until the next time we talk, we will be sure to put it out. So make sure you follow along. Yep. And happy National Best Friends Day to you all. And please take care, be safe. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
See you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.